My name is Mikkel. I work for Serious Games Interactive based out of Copenhagen, and what we do is we develop educational games for schools and high schools. And here at BETT we have two different game series. We have the Playing History game series for primary school, focused on key historical events, and we have the Global Conflicts game series that zooms in on conflict zones around the world. And the one you see here is the Playing History, the first game in that series about the plague. The basic idea is that you play a young boy in the 14th century Florence, and your mother has fallen ill, and you have to figure out what is this mysterious disease that is spreading through the city, and if you can do anything to save her. And it's
so is it useful in the classroom?
Yes, it's made for classroom teaching actually. So every episode is cut down so you can complete an episode in approximately 1 hour. So we suggest that the teacher initially just gives an introduction to the topic, in this case the plague, that the students play around with the game. And then we have some student assignment that can form the basis for a plenary discussion afterwards.
How are the reactions, how's the feedback?
It's been very, very positive. I mean, we've done extensive testing in Denmark and in Danish classrooms, and it's actually today that we are releasing it to the public. So this is the first day that we're actually showing the product. So.
What about the other product?
Yes, the other product is called Global Conflicts, and that zooms in on conflict zones around the world. We did the first one on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and the basic idea is that the students get to play a freelance journalist that arrives in a conflict region, and they have to write articles about the various challenges that people face in those regions. And as of today we have 8 different games out on different conflicts around the world, from the Israeli-Palestinian conflicts to the use of child soldiers in Africa, debt slavery in Latin America. We're developing one now on Afghanistan.
When did you come up with the idea and why, and when did you start with your company?
Yeah, well, the company was founded in 2006, but actually the idea for the games came out much before as part of a research project at the IT university. So we started doing the first demo type already in 2003, 2004, and then the product was ready for release in 2007.
And what would you say? Are you taking serious gaming? Are you doing serious gaming? Are you taking social gaming to the next level by filling it up with content?
We definitely hope so. I mean, we're trying to merge sort of the commercial game, the educational game sector, and the social gaming sector into one. So we want to have the learning elements integrated in the games, and now we're also building a platform for letting both the teachers and the students communicate while they actually engage in the game world.
What about your business model?
Well, the business model is that we sell the games to primarily schools and high schools. We have 3 different licenses that you can buy: a single user license, a class set, or a school license, and that's a subscription-based model on a yearly basis.
So you only focus on the schools. What about the outside interested learners?
We're moving in that direction as well. I mean, we're doing projects for other organizations as well. We've done for Amnesty International, we've done for Lego, the brick maker, if they're interested in games that combine the gaming and learning elements. We're also in the process of developing a new game series focused on the homeschooling market and the private users, that still combines games and learning, but is not made for an educational context or for school context.
Do you already have customers? You said that you just launched your product officially today.
We have a lot of people that have signed up for the trial version, so that's positive. And we have, of course, customers for the Global Conflict series.
Okay. And you are heading on which market?
If I'm sorry?
You are heading on which market? Like you're DK-based, you said, and where you want to go?
Well, so far we've focused on Scandinavia, and now we really want to move into the UK and the US, English-speaking countries.
And what are your other goals for this year?
The overall goals for this year? Well, we definitely just want as many teachers as possible to try out our products. Our sort of track record shows that when we convince the teachers to actually try them out, they more or less all of them are very excited about it and they engage in it. But there is sort of a barrier to convince them that it's worth spending the initial time to understand the game aspect and how that can be integrated in education.
So what are the major complications or risks which you have to face?
We have a couple of different challenges. I mean, for one thing, it's a challenge to make a product that actually fits to the curriculum requirements in all of the different countries. They differ quite a lot across the Nordic countries, the UK and the US. But I think with the Playing History series, we've really struck that. And then you also have the different teaching styles in different countries that can be difficult to find a match to. And I think the gaming aspect fits very well to the Nordic teaching tradition, and it appears to me as if it's also gaining momentum in the UK and then the US now.
So what about your funding?
The funding? Well, we actually are self-funded, so I own part of the company, and we have 4 other owners. That has put a little money into it, and otherwise we've been funded by the projects we've been engaged in. So when we've developed projects for organizations, we've used that money we've earned there to actually put into our own production.
So you're bootstrapped?
You can say that. I should say that we've also received some funding from the EU media and from the Danish Foreign Ministry, Danida.
And last but not least, what about the potential of serious gaming?
Well, I believe personally that it's huge. I mean, when you see the kids in school and classrooms engaging in the games and really digging into the topics, you get so enthusiastic about the potential that it's. I think the major barrier is still the teachers, but it seems as if when we overcome that, I think it's going to be a media that will be used for education, just as books, films, and documentaries.
I wish you a lot of success with that, and now we will get a little bit more insights on the product itself and provide a little demo, right?
Excellent, yes, for sure. But basically the start was showing where the different games take place, what they're about. They basically deal with a lot of social issues around human rights, but also issues very important for subjects such as citizenship. So there's a lot about democracies and building new democracies, issues about corruption, pollution, and terrorism is also one of the themes that goes through the games. This basically explains the general advantages of game-based learning. Contextual bridging is one part of it. When students read or hear about human rights, they can somehow relate to it, but what we try to do in the gaming world is actually let them experience human rights violation on their own body or experience it firsthand. Positive.
And hopefully not on their own body, right?
Not on their own virtual body. Yeah. The positive impact on motivation is kind of self-explanatory. When you see the kids engaged in a computer game, they can just be in it for hours and hours and hours and really get deep into the game world. Personalized learning. It's basically, we believe that computer games work as a supplement to other teaching, educational media, and some students just tend to learn better by interacting with the topic at hand and all the content. This is actually clips from one of the latest games from the Child Soldiers in Uganda game. What we do when we develop the game is that we do the basic research ourselves, and when we have the storyline ready, we engage content experts, and that's typically university professors and journalists that's been traveling in the region to get them to verify that we've got an appropriate angle on the story. Everything is online as it is now, so you can actually go into a web portal and you just choose between the different episodes, and teachers can sign up for a free trial and they can actually test the product before they get into it.
So what's the domain?
It's www.globalconflicts.eu.
Great, thank you very much for it.
Thanks.